my name is Lauren Edwards, and I'm going to be doing my informative speech about video games today. This is for my Communications 101 class, and this is my audience. There. Alright. So, video games are one of the best forms of entertainment that we have nowadays. Video games relieve stress, they can help in daily life, and there are many different types of video games. So to start off, video games relieve stress. Video games can release certain chemicals in the brain, like the happy chemicals. A couple examples are dopamine and serotonin. These are the chemicals in your brain that make you feel happy and excited and also help relieve stress. Video games also can help give a feeling of escape from your day-to-day life. So if work, school, family, friends, if anything is like making you upset in the real life, video games will help you by letting you escape for even just a couple hours. Video games also decrease depression and anxiety. Alright, so secondly, video games help in your day-to-day life. Video games can help with coordination. So when you're playing video games, you need to pay attention to what's happening on the screen as well as what you're doing in your hand with your controller or keyboard. Video games also require high problem-solving skills. You might have to find solutions to games, and you have to find out how to beat certain levels, and sometimes that takes more than just clicking a few buttons. Video games also can enhance memory. When you play video games, especially RPGs that have long storylines, you have to remember certain things from the storyline in order to connect the dots, make the plot make sense, and you also use that to remember the little details for certain quests and things. And then video games also can help with your decision-making skills. When playing certain games, you have to make fast-paced decisions. Like if you play a first-person shooter and you have two people on your left and your right, you have to decide which one you have to kill first and things like that. And then with all of this, video games also help with multitasking skills. They can bring together coordination, decision-making, and problem-solving skills for just an overall better daily life skills. Yes. And then lastly, there are types of video games for everyone. The ones I'm going to go over aren't so much the genres, but more of the types of games they are. So the first kind are action. This can include fighting games or first-person shooters, and good examples of these are Call of Duty and Mortal Kombat. There are also adventure games. Some genres in these are horror games, like decision-making games, and some examples of this would be Outlast and Planetfall. There are also RPGs, or they're also known as role-playing games. Some games would be Skyrim and Red Dead Redemption. In these types of games, you get to be whoever you want to be or go through the character's story. There are also strategy games. These are usually played on mobile devices, and in these ones, you're usually just building up buildings or like wars, things like Clash of Clans would be a good example of this. There are also sports games. These ones are pretty self-explanatory. You play as your favorite sport and sometimes even your favorite players in real life. Some examples are FIFA and Madden. There are also puzzle games. These are also usually played on mobile phones. Some examples of these would be Candy Crush and Tetris. Puzzle games are also usually found in RPGs or adventure games because they'll incorporate puzzles into the storyline. There are also idle games, which are games that don't take much concentration or anything. You're just playing for fun. Some games like this would be Mario Party and Wii Party. And the last type of games would be simulation games. And these ones, you can be who you want to be or control the environment around the game. Good examples of this would be The Sims or Nintendogs. So in conclusion, video games are probably the best form of entertainment that we have nowadays, especially since coronavirus has come along and you need something to do besides watch TV. Video games can help stimulate the mind and reduce the stress of having to deal with the virus. Video games help with day-to-day life and activities, as we went over, coordination and things like that. And video games, there is a type of video game out there for everyone. So that no matter how old you are, what your background is, there's always going to be something for you to enjoy. And yeah, that is my speech for my Communications 1 class, my informative speech.